Good evening and welcome to the evening news. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Making the headlines tonight, Governor Obiano says, with the results of last Saturday's State Assembly election, the state is guarantee of accelerated development. Southeast Governors Forum Media Chief calls for harmonization of developmental plans for regional development. Senate to begin budget debate 4 months after presentation. And on the foreign scene, North Korea cosmetic election records 99.9% voter turnout. And now the news in detail. Governor Willie Obiano has commended the people of Anambra State for their role in the 2019 general elections, describing it as peaceful, forward-looking and inspiring. A statement by the State Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Sidan Adinoba, quoted Chief Obiano as commending the people for not only coming out in their hundreds of thousands in both the national and state elections, but also for being peaceful, orderly and law-abiding throughout the exercise. Governor Obiano also praised the people for voting overwhelmingly for the ruling All Progressives Grand Alliance (APGA) in the House of Assembly elections last Saturday, where the party won 24 out of 30 seats, leaving the People's Democratic Party (PDP) with 6 seats. He stated that with both the executive and legislative arms of government on the same page, the people are guaranteed accelerated development and enhanced living standards. Anambra has in the last few years been recognized as leading the country in various sectors, including education, where its students won the Golden Prize in the 2018 World Technovation competition in Silicon Valley, United States, beating their counterparts from various countries across the globe. It has also been recognized for excellence in security, immunization campaign, social harmony, modern rice production, and road development, among others. Commendations have continued to trail the landslide victory of APGA candidates at the last Saturday's Anambra State House of Assembly election. Such commendations came from both the members-elect and other stakeholders in the state. Our correspondent Ngozi Obeleri has the rest of the story.
Reacting to the development, the House of Assembly member-elect for Anambra East Council area, Pharmacist Obinna Emeneka, while appreciating his constituents for the confidence they reposed in him, noted that it was a victory for all, irrespective of party affiliation. Pharmacist Emeneka, who is the second-term representative going for the third term, thanked especially Governor Willie Obiano, whom he said gave governance a meaning with the zeal with which he is developing all sectors of the state economy. He promised to continue with his good work as he plans to have town hall meeting with each of the communities in the constituency to know their areas of need and work to solve them.
My promise to the people of Anambra is to consolidate the gains we recorded in the past 7 years, and also to prepare an enabling environment for Anambra East constituency for me to continue to give them that robust and quality representation.
In his reaction, the House of Assembly member-elect for Anambra West Council area, Mr. Patrick Udoba, commended his people for supporting his bid to serve and said that APGA as a party with one voice has all it takes to break even for the Igbos. Mr. Udoba, who promised to tow the path of leaders in APGA as they are known for good works, listed roads constructed by Governor Obiano in the area to include construction of Iyora-Nam Road with bridge, construction of Miata-Nam Nzam Road, youth empowerment, among others.
The pool was so fantastic, so marvelous, so enjoyable, because Anambra was a peaceful, loving community, local government. I'm so happy because it shows that my people loves me. They show me that love, that on Saturday, yes.
On his part, the Commissioner for Works, Engineer Marcel Ifejofo, said that Anambra spoke with one voice and said that their support to APGA is as a result of Governor Obiano's quality performance. According to Engineer Ifejofo, the statement by Anambra will only spur the governor to do more for them.
This is democracy, and because it is democracy, the governor has done very, very well. He has done excellently well in terms of delivering dividends of democracy, in terms of road infrastructure, in terms of human capital development. So we had wished to have gotten 30/30, but it wasn't bad. Wasn't a bad outing. I think Anambra people have spoken with one voice that government of Akoko-Odike is doing very well. Government of Apuga is doing very well. And This is the only governor that even during election, before, during and after election, he is working. Even on the eve of the election, we are working. We are doing some asphalting on certain roads.
In Oka, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Hundreds of APGA faithful in Onitsha North 1 constituency have staged a peaceful protest over the declaration of Mr. Douglas Ebuna as the winner of Onitsha North 1 state constituency election by the Independent National Electoral Commission. The peaceful protest was held along INEC Road in Oka under the watchful eyes of security personnel. Political correspondent Chukwuemeka Mododun was there and now reports.
The aggrieved members of the All Progressives Grand Alliance who were denied entrance into INEC premises displayed placards which read, "We want our mandate restored. Tony Nwora is our choice. We cry for justice," among others. Speaking to journalists after the protest, the Transition Committee Chairman, Onitsha North Local Government Area, Mr. Patrick Ayamba, alleged that the result declared by INEC for Onitsha North 1 state constituency election is the opposite of polling units results, which showed that APGA won the election. He urged INEC to declare Mr. Tony Nwora winner or cancel the election and conduct a fresh poll for the constituency in the interest of justice.
We have our results. The result they called at the local government is totally different from what we have with the original result. And I want to say it is a big threat to democracy. I have never seen this kind of attitude, especially at that point where every other parties have the right to come to collect their results and they be a watchdog to what is going at that point. This rigging took place at the collation center. It was a total barricade that the APOGA people were chased away from the council. I was arrested with the collation agent.
Other speakers stated that there was colossal rigging of the election in favor of the PDP by the INEC at East Collation Center in Onitsha, as INEC and security personnel did not allow APGA agents to monitor the exercise. They urged the Independent National Electoral Commission to always follow electoral laws in discharging its responsibilities to encourage transparency.
That day I want the INEC to come for our aid, because in that constituency one, our election was rigged. They sent everybody away from there and they entered there. It was only the PDP members was at the local government of Apuga.
That the election was made at the end of election, not in the election process. With the point of they cancel the election at the local government and conduct a fresh election. Or they ask the parties to bring their results. The agents, I'm one of the agents, have my result. We'll bring it and they'll see it and announce it.
Addressing journalists after receiving the complaint of the group, the head of General Administration, INEC, Mr. Ibe Uchagu, assured them that they will look into their petition. He, however, advised them to articulate their grievances and file them before the election tribunal, where they can obtain judgment in line with the electoral law.
As you may know, the results for all constituencies in Anambra State have been declared. And we're just receiving this peaceful protest or demonstration. So the proper thing to do is to look at their petitions. But at the same time, there are laws, guiding these elections. Once a declaration has been made, the proper thing is to articulate your grievances and then go to the courts. There you can get some response, some judgment that can sort of be suiting. You understand? So for us in Anambra State, we are committed to following the Electoral Act and the guidelines as provided by INEC.
In Oka, Chukwuemeka Modelim, ABS News.
Harmonizing a workable framework for the development of the Southeast region is now easier as the Southeast Governors Forum Secretariat has become a candidate for the implementation of regional developmental policies. Correspondent Kenne Chukwudi and Ngozi Obileri had a chat with the Director of Media and Communication of the Secretariat, Chief Mike Oda, who shared this optimism and called for more synergy among the Southeast states. The report.
Chief Mike noted that the Secretariat exists so that the Governors Forum would not be a talk shop without any tangible achievement for the people of the Southeast since it came into being in August 2017. He reviewed that the Secretariat serves as a think tank for the Forum, conceptualizing a highway and a rail transport that will crisscross all the states of the Southeast, added to an export-free zone and power generation stations to serve the entire region.
Now, if a body exists without a secretariat, you can fathom how effective or functional that body can be. There was this realization that a secretariat will facilitate, that will improve the work of the forum. And that was why the secretariat was set up August 2017.
Chief Mike further explained that the Secretariat was for the development of the region in terms of social and economic growth, and that they have been able to galvanize support from the federal government on the state of federal infrastructure in the region for better development.
If we are satisfied at the end of the day that that is a worthwhile project, then we take him up, we present him to the Secretariat, to our principals, who are the 5 governors of Abia, Enugu, Ebonyi, and Imo, and Anambra. And then maybe the person does another presentation and we take it from there.
In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
The Anglican Bishop of Agot Diocese, Right Reverend Samuel Ezofo, has said the period of Lent is very important in the life of a Christian. In a sermon at Christ Anglican Church, Achina, in Agot local government area, during the induction and institution of Venerable Ifeanyi Chukwu Ogbueli as the second Archdeacon of Amiyi Archdeaconry, Bishop Ezofo said that the period of Lent is a time for fasting and prayer for all the believers according to the dictates of the Holy Spirit. Correspondent Kenne Chukwudi has the report.
According to Bishop Ezofo, Christians should accept their weaknesses during the period of Lent with a view of asking for God's blessings and mercy. He charged Christians to use the period in re-examining their lives in addition to being meek and humble for them to receive the grace of God. Bishop Ezofo regretted that people use the period of Lent in exploiting others, but charged Christians to use the Lenten period in breaking the jinx of injustice in the society. Bishop Ezofo, who said that the major function of the ministers of God is to fulfill the word and the teachings of Christ, charged ministers of God to always present their congregation as perfect beings before God, in addition to preaching the word of God undiluted. In a remark, the new Archdeacon of Amiyi Archdeaconry and Vicar Christ Anglican Church Achina, Venerable Ogbueli, thanked the bishop for the elevation and promised to use the new position in converting more souls.
Happy for the elevation and induction today, and we're also seeing it as the work of God.
The event, which witnessed the presence of the Special Assistant to the Governor on School Monitoring, Dame Chinyere Mbakwe, also featured the administration of oath of allegiance and canonical obedience by the diocesan legal team, anthem by the choir, and prayers for the state and Nigeria. From Achina, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
Still to come on the news, Senate to begin budget debate 4 months after presentation. North Korea cosmetic election records 99.9% voter turnout. The news returns after this timeout. Please join us again.
Here is a public service announcement. Anambra State government cancels collection of levies and fees in all markets in Anambra State. This is to inform the public that Anambra State government has cancelled the collection of all forms of levies and fees in markets and streets in Anambra State. The cancellation will be in effect until 1st June 2019. The 3-month cancellation period is to enable government and leadership of the various markets to deliberate and agree on a better and more effective model of collecting fees and levies in the markets. The public is hereby also reminded that the ban on sales of emblem is still in force. Anybody caught violating this cancellation and ban on sales of emblem will be arrested and prosecuted. This is for the attention of market unions and their leadership, traders, security agencies, and the public. Announcer, Mr. C. Don Adenoba, Honorable Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment.
Welcome back. It's still evening news right here on ABS TV. Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki has said that the Senate will begin the debate on the 2019 appropriation bill tomorrow. He made the announcement on the floor of the Red Chambers. This is the first Senate sitting after the last governorship and state houses of assembly elections. The 2019 budget was presented in December 2018 by President Muhammadu Buhari to a joint session of the Senate and House of Representatives. The Senate, however, adjourned proceedings early due to the death of the lawmaker representing Laguelo Akinyelu Federal Constituency, Oyo State, Mr. Temitope Olatoye, alias Sugar, who was shot in the head during Saturday's election in the state. He died at the University College Hospital, Ibadan. In our business news, losses from Boeing 737 MAX operated by Ethiopian Airlines have crashed shortly after takeoff from Addis Ababa on Sunday has been speculated to be in the region of $50 million to $60 million, according to reports. The airline, which was heading to Nairobi, killed all 157 passengers on board, including 2 Nigerians. The Nigerian victims are popular Nigerian-born Canadian professor and writer Pius Adesomi and Ambassador Abiodun Bashir, a former joint special representative for the African Union United Nations hybrid operation in Darfur, Sudan, global insurance brokerage and risk management firm. Willis Towers Watson has announced it is the insurance broker for Ethiopian Airlines, according to a Reuters report. The announcement was made by a WTW spokeswoman yesterday. The WTW spokeswoman added that Chubb was the lead underwriter for the Ethiopian Airlines account. Turnout in North Korea's single-candidate election was 99.9% this year, up from 99.97% the last time it was held, state media has reported. This year's turnout fell just short of 100% as those abroad or working in oceans were unable to take part, North Korean's official KCNA news agency reported today. Millions of North Koreans voted in the national polls on Sunday. The election is held every 5 years to elect what is widely seen as a rubber-stamp legislature known as the Supreme People's Assembly. With one only approved name on each voting slip, the result is never in doubt. But the list of 687 elected deputies reported by KCNA did not include Kim Jong-un, raising speculation about the reason for his exclusion. State media did not mention Kim's candidate registration before or after the elections. South Korean's Yonhap news agency reported before adding that the decision does not appear to suggest that his grip on power is slipping. And now sports. Super Eagles defender Ola Aina put up an eye-catching performance for Torino to mark his return to the team in their 2-1 Serie A win versus Frosinone yesterday, a sterling showing that shows that he has not lost any of his brilliance following the minor injury he had to contend with recently. The defender was earlier in the danger of missing out of his side's traveling party, no thanks to fitness concerns, but after passing the left fitness test, did well to show his class in the victory. The Chelsea loanee was one of his side's impressive players after coming on in the 69 minutes for Lorenzo De Silvestri. Aina justified his inclusion by Walter Mazzari in the Maroons team, which travels to the Sadio Benito's tribe and did not well lay on a neatly cushioned assist for Andrea Belotti to hit the winner for Torino after barely 8 minutes of entering the fray. Nigerian manager will be particularly pleased to have the informed youngster available for selection for the match games, as his marauding qualities and ability to stretch play through the channels will very much come in handy. Aina will be confident of adding to his 6 international caps when the 3-time African champions face Egypt and Seychelles later this month. And that's it on the news. But before we go, a quick reminder that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging onto our website, www.absradiotv.com. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ABS Radio Television, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. And now the recap of our major stories. Governor Obiano has said that the results of last Saturday's State Assembly election, that the state is guaranteed of accelerated development. Southeast Governors Forum Media Chief has called for harmonization of developmental plans for regional development. Senate is to begin budget debate 4 months after presentation. And on the foreign scene, we reported that North Korea cosmetic election has recorded 99.9% voter turnout. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Good night.